A budget-friendly weapon-mounted light that's basically a full size for below 2,000 Rand, 1,350 lumens. Are you interested yet? Let's check it out today. This is the Trustfire GM35 weapon-mounted light. How's it going, guys, and welcome back to Quentin's in the Gun Guide. The firearm in the intro is the Glock 19. It is clear and safe. Now this is the Trustfire GM35 from Torch SA. Thank you so much for Henry Beeman for sending this to me, but also for Michael from Daniel's Holsters that sent this holster outside waistband. I will be doing a separate review on the holster as well. Now, a while ago, you guys probably in the everyday carry community in South Africa knows that they did a big launch on the GM35 where there's quite a few guys that entered a competition, as well as the reviewers got holsters and weapon mounted lights for this new weapon mounted light, GM35, which is a really cool little weapon mounted light. Now, a lot of the guys that send out weapon mounted lights won't send holsters as well, which is very nice from Torch SA. So we can actually test it properly by everyday carrying. This is definitely a long-term review. I've had it for a good couple of months now. 4 months, 5 months, something like that. Had it since Feb. So yeah, it's been a while already, so this is definitely an educated opinion. I've used this for everyday carry, I've used this for shooting courses, I've used this for shooting competitions, and this is a really nice little flash. It even survived Nile Sparta, but we get to that a bit later. Yeah, there's not a huge amount to say about this weapon mounted light, but you guys probably want to see all the other stuff and my thoughts on this. That's why you're here, otherwise you wouldn't really be interested. So all the hype has died down with this weapon mounted light because there were a lot of guys pushing content and putting their reviews out there, so I don't want to be influenced by them. So I wanted to have my own opinion and then do this quite a bit later with my own thoughts. This is the GM35 from Trustfire, sent to me by Torch SA. Let's jump in with the close-ups, with the tests, and let's get going. Very nice. As you can see, it's a good looking little flashlight. This is the smaller brother GM23. As you can see, there's quite a bit of a size difference there, but there's a massive lumen difference as well. 1,350 lumens, you can maintain that for 70 minutes, and as a throw 106 meters. And then with the switchback to 300 lumens, you can maintain that 150 minutes, and that's a 39 meter throw. Candela's very well on the lower side is 2,809. IP65 waterproof, and as you can see, it's hard anodized, and then it's aluminium as well. Okay, 1 meter drop tested. Charging port is on the bottom. It's a type C USB, just a rubber sealant. It is an internal battery charging port on the outside. Weird thing though is when you charge it, there's a light that comes on there, and there's a light that gets activated when you switch it on as well. Not sure. That's a battery level indicator light, so it's green, then it goes to yellow, as far as I know, yellow, orange, and then it goes to red, which doesn't mean a lot because as you mount it on your firearm is going to close up that light. So it's more of a charging light than actual usable part of the usability. Anyways, that's replaceable as well. That's that block. It does have a smaller block that goes down there. I'm not entirely sure for what that is. Presumably that's going to be for your subcompacts. I don't know, but anyways, this is the one that I put in. That's it. That pushes it slightly closer to the firearm, and yeah, that's basically it. It has a fairly deep reflector, relatively, so it does have. Yeah, as you can predict, it's going to have a sort of a nice hotspot, but as you can see, it's not very spacious there. So it's going to be probably more of a thrower than a real hotspot. Yeah, and that's basically it. Now for the beam shots. So this is 1350 lumens. This is 5 meters away. As you can see, this is a very, very nice hotspot with some throw. Not too bad. If I press and hold it, it's going to step it down to 300 lumens. It does have a memory function. So if you're working indoors, this is probably a better option than working those 1350 lumens than outdoors. Okay, so there, back to 1350 lumens. Now let's run it out to distance. That's 25 meters there up into the wall. As you can see, it's illuminating basically the whole house, but it does still have quite a bit of a hotspot. Moving on, that's 30 meters to that wall, 40 meters to the furthest wall on that side. Very nice and solid hotspot. Very cool. That's weird. I'm back to my face, and you guys have probably come to your own conclusions about this weapon mounted light, because you've seen the initial thoughts, you've seen close-ups, you've seen me shooting with it, you've seen the beam shots, so you've already decided, do you like it or don't you like it? But here are my thoughts anyways. Now at the price point, there's not many weapon mounted lights that can compete with this flashlight. The thing about this one is, it's not entirely a compact light, but it's not entirely a full size light either. So if you mount it on a firearm, let's check. Lock, clear and safe. So mounting it is really easy. You can just put it on and then swing the lock forward. Thus, it's very solid. There's no movement. As you guys saw in my video of shooting it as well, with a weapon mounted light, let's get to that first. Me as a reviewer, I've got certain criteria that I like to see with a weapon mounted light, or you as a operator as well, operator of the weapon mounted light, let's not go there. You as an operator of the weapon mounted light or owner, you've got certain criteria as well. The main thing with me is I want usability. It needs to be easy to use, switch on, switch off whilst you are shooting, whilst you are moving and shooting, all those kinds of things. And then also it should not flicker. Now some of the weapon mounted lights, some of the cheaper ones or older ones, as it takes recoil, there's going to be a flicker as it loses contact with whatever that's inside of the flashlight, causing a disconnect. So we never want to see that. As you guys saw, that shooting with the 9mm and then also shooting with the AR, it was no problems. Now this looks very, very nice on the Glock 19. I can imagine, I haven't seen pictures of this just yet, but I can imagine with the Glock 17 it sits fairly close to being flush, which is quite a bit different than with your, let's say, the full size light. So if you mount this is the new Valkyrie Turbo. So if you put it in the same place, it's going to stick out that bit there. Yeah, if you mount it in the same place. So that's quite a bit further that this sticks out than the GM35. But the GM35 is still a lot smaller, or a lot bigger than the smaller brother, the GM23. So yeah, there's a bit of difference there. Now it's super tight getting it off. Not sure, and it's not adjustable either. Can't adjust the retention on this locking mechanism. Let me just get the AR. Okay, so this is my AR-15 now. There's no mag inside. Let's make sure it is clear and safe. Dry fire it anyway to make sure. Okay, so mounting it on the Picatinny rail in the front is super easy. You just lock it in the same way that you do the pistol. I like a C-clamp grip where I go over my foregrip and then I can activate the flashlight. Nice and easy, super easy to use. Now, getting to activating the flashlight, I like to use the momentary on function of weapon mounted lights, where if you press it and hold it in and then you release it, it's going to switch it off immediately. Now this doesn't have that function. You need to press it hard to activate and hard to switch it off. Problem with this now is if I push it in and hold it, I can switch it off fine, but if I hold it in for too long, it's going to go to a lessened power setting, but it's going to have a memory of it. Now it's going to cycle through, and then what's going to happen is it's going to switch off. As you can see, I'm still holding it in. Let's see. Now it's gone into safe mode. So safe mode means that if I push it, it's just going to flash like that. It's actually not going to activate the flashlight. If I push it and hold it again, it's going to run through the power settings. There we go. Now it's usable again. I can use the flashlight. So there's no momentary on with this flashlight. You have to press it, and then yeah, then you can use it. Okay, so with this is there's no big click, not too serious, but it is audible, so you can hear it, you can feel it as well, tactile. It is very, very sensitive. If you brush against it, it's going to activate it. So please be careful if you don't want to give away your position with this flashlight. Very nice. It is solid. I've done null spotter with this flashlight. If you don't know null spotter, I'll do a video as well. But if you follow me on social media, or if you're in the EDC community in South Africa, you know what null spotter is. But basically, it's like a exercise course / obstacle course and shooting involved with that. But it did survive that. It didn't go through a massive beating, but granted, it did survive. And it's definitely not a short-term review. I've had this since February. Carrying it on and off in my EDC because I went with an outside waistband holster with this flashlight because it is a bigger one and I don't have a Kydex outside waistband holster just yet. So I opted to go for that. But yeah, anyway guys, price point on this is probably the most handsome thing. There's not many weapon mounted lights, even compact ones, going for below the 2,000 mark. This is below the 2,000 Rand mark, so this definitely value for money, and it's actually quite a lot better than I thought it's going to be. Trustfire being a brand, that's a bit of an underdog, but it's definitely budget friendly. There's not many guys that can go for the Gucci gear that's very expensive, like your American brands or something like that. Some guys have really tight budgets, but they still want weapon mounted lights. So granted, save up, go for the better ones, fair enough, I'm all for that, but this did survive. And it's still surviving, still going strong. So I've got literally nothing against this completely. At this price point, you can't beat it. Anyway, guys, have a good one. Check out the link, should be in the description for my affiliate. And yeah, good to see you as always. Like, share, subscribe, and thanks again for Torch SA for sending this to me. See you guys later. Cheers.